Hi, I'm Kevin, and this is my vlog. So this is going to be the second video in a three-part series covering my time in Virginia, the Virginia Beach area, 3 cities I mentioned in the last video. I don't remember the third, but whatever. And this video, I'm going to be focusing on a ministry that we were working with called Mid-Atlantic Teen Challenge. Mid-Atlantic just being like the location, I guess. There are other teen challenges across the United States, possibly, I don't know. But anyways, we were working with this group called Teen Challenge, and what it is, it's like a mentoring program for at-risk youth, at-risk youths, young men in particular, who have gotten involved in a lot of drugs or gang violence and stuff like that. And so it helps to, like, through the gospel and through this ministry, they sort of set the boys on the right track and prepare them for, like, prepare them to improve their situation so they don't get caught in the same cycle of drug use or gang violence or anything like that. And so our dealings with them on the Sunday night we were there, the 22nd, we performed our musical to them. And during the musical, as always, I was giving my testimony. And so normally we have like microphones that you like talking to the microphone when you're doing like a solo speech or whatever. But like when I was there, I felt like the microphone was really impersonal. Like it put the distance between us. And so I figured, hey, we're in a pretty small room. This is a small group of guys. So I just kept the microphone on its stand. I was just talking to them straight up because I wanted to tell them, you know, guys, in a lot of ways, we're very similar people. Like, it wasn't like some sort of psychological ploy to make them feel like I was one of them or anything. But, like, I wanted to be real with them and say, you know, I'm interested in you. So, in order to start that, let me tell you a little bit about me and what God's done in my life. And so I gave my testimony, and they seemed to really be interested in what I had to say, which was awesome. And over the course of the whole musical, they were like snapping along and dancing and goofing around in their seats or whatever. And so at the time, we felt like they were kind of making fun of us and not really taking what we were doing seriously. And so a lot of us walked out of that a little bit discouraged. But fortunately, that wasn't the end of the story with Teen Challenge. We worked at their like home base thing. The Tuesday we were there, so 2 days after Sunday, because that's how weeks work. But anyways, we were working there. A lot of the crew was like painting up their halls because they had like this terrible blue paint. Like, who decided that blue paint was a good idea for like walls? The answer is no one. Blue paint is terrible. I mean, I'm not talking like a light powdery or like a royal blue. I'm talking like painter's tape blue. Like, it was bad. That's completely irrelevant. So yeah, they were on a painting crew, and I was working on installing blinds, which was a blast. No, it wasn't. But that's okay. I was doing God's work. Yeah, after we were finished with like our manual labor part of the project, we had dinner with the guys. And I didn't get to talk to a lot of the Teen Challenge guys personally, but the guy I did talk to, his name was Darian. And at first we were just sort of talking about like general stuff. He mentioned Assassin's Creed, and so we started talking about a bunch of other video games. But like, in the middle of the conversation, like, seemingly out of nowhere, he just started telling me about how he ended up in Teen Challenge, about how he started smoking, and that led to marijuana use, and he got involved in gangs, and he would like break into houses and stores and like steal things. And so, like, walking into it, I was obviously interested to see sort of how he ended up in the ministry. I wanted to know about him and his life and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't even have to ask. And like, looking back on Sunday, it's just like all their dancing and goofing around was really just sort of like grandstanding around the guys. And in a lot of ways, it was also their way of showing how much they really did appreciate and enjoy that we were there and that we were interested in them, and that, you know, we wanted to be there. We wanted to know about them, and they were happy that we were there to talk to us. And so it was awesome to see just like how open and ready and willing and wanting to talk to people that these guys were. And he was actually 2 years younger than me, so it was kind of funny in a sense. But like he was telling me like, don't get involved in like drugs or alcohol or anything like that. There's really nothing for you. But yeah, it was just really, really encouraging after getting like a little bit of one-on-one time with them to see their openness. Because like I feel like if I were in that sort of situation, I wouldn't necessarily want to talk to the random strangers from Charlotte, North Carolina, who came there for just one day and were painting their hallways. Like, that wouldn't have been me. I would have just sort of glared at them angrily and walked away. But they didn't. And that just puts so much faith in me for what the Teen Challenge ministry is doing. And it just shows that even though sometimes people do have a really bad backstory, it doesn't make them any different, any less human, any less desiring to have meaningful interactions with other people. If anything, it probably increases their desire to really connect with other people, because when you're involved in that sort of lifestyle with gangs and stuff like that, people honestly don't want to open up with their emotions and look vulnerable in any way. But in a safe haven like this Teen Challenge ministry, they were able to open up and feel that vulnerability without any real sense of fear or judgment from other people. And so really, our time with Teen Challenge was just like really encouraging and awesome. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So yeah, this is part 2 of a 3-part series covering my whole choir tour week. So yeah, 3rd video will be up when it is up. Stay beautiful, YouTube.